So Jack, you were involved on the committee for the Isle of Natural History Trust for a number of years. How did that work for you, being RSPB as well?
It actually seemed very natural to be part of that, and I think, personally speaking, to find something that local, so invested in the same natural world that I was interested in myself, was just absolutely brilliant. And part of the mission of RSPB, of course, is to spin out that knowledge to people in general, and there's the trust doing exactly that at a very local level, so how could I not involve myself?
Yeah. So what other members were on the committee whilst you were there?
Well,
Was it
Margaret and Ian Brooke, George Jackson, Carol for a while, so that was a really good mix of interest.
So George was kind of quite heavily involved right from the beginning and all sorts of things.
It really was, wasn't it? And it was a delight to work with George. He was an absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
And I think his personal knowledge of both natural history and local knowledge was almost encyclopedic. I mean, the stuff that man knew was alarming sometimes. Just like the most bizarre facts about things that I hadn't even thought about. It was just great. And his passion just came through in everything he did, and his commitment was unquestionable. Just a gentleman with a deep interest, and for him to be compelled to draw what he was seeing as well was just brilliant. Just to see how he expressed his love of nature and what he drew as well as everything else. His commitment to the trust, you're absolutely right, was just great. He was so supportive from the start, fully engaged.
Yeah, we still use his ponds,
well, there you go.
For his pond dipping, so yes.
Well, that was a great setup there. I saw that in the early stage too, and he was very keen to involve people, whether they were part of the trust or not. He would just had the time for everyone to talk about his favourite subjects. Which was just great.
And Carl was very dynamic.
Well, that would be the phrase I would use actually, but quite apart from the dynamism, he brought a very different dynamic, but that professional rigour that he brought to the trust was really quite refreshing in a way, and I'm not saying it just moved along at a particular pace, but Carol upped that by several years in a way, and his communication skills and everything just made that much more available to everyone. And that professional structure carried right through to as far as I can see, the current day, and that's just, it put a level of managerial skill in there that had perhaps been less paid attention to. And it's always there, because we're all intelligent people trying to make this work. And you've got to get the money in, you've got to spend it wisely. Those principles were already there. But Carol brought in this, why are we doing it? That's so prioritising some of the stuff we did and making it much more efficient. And again, that passion for what he was involved in was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he sort of got his new camera and he was taking lots of new photos for us and stuff, and it was just
very much good. So, and I think that he just carried everyone along with him, didn't he? And that was just a delight to be part of too.
Would you like to add any more to your experience of
I found the whole thing really rewarding, just to be able to be part of that, developing and changing, because it was at the time the state of flux, and in all committees you get change and churn, and that was happening. The number of committee members dropped dramatically when I was there, and then there's always a struggle to pull new people in. And change is inevitable, and most change is good if properly managed, and although I've stepped away from the committee now, it's absolutely brilliant to see what's happening at the trust. I'd still take a great interest in it, and I'd like to follow the success.
Thank you very much, Jack. Thanks for your input in all those
You're
years.
welcome.
Thank you.